Could you speak more broadly on how the Cold War affected the meanings of American freedom?
Like other great moments in American history, great events, the World War I, World War II, the Civil War, the Cold War, which was not a fighting war, except in some places, did strongly affect freedom. The battle between American democracy and Soviet communism elevated certain elements of our society to central roles in the idea of freedom, particularly what comes to be called free enterprise as opposed to Soviet communism. Free enterprise, capitalism, market economics becomes essential to the idea of freedom, which it hadn't been in the New Deal era. It also, the language of freedom reverberates throughout the society. This is the free world. We are fighting the unfree world. The president gives medals of freedom to foreign leaders who are on our side. The problem is freedom becomes almost a cliche. Many of those foreign leaders who get the Medal of Freedom are tyrants in their own country. The Shah of Iran, President Marcos of the Philippines. But they're on our side in the Cold War, and therefore somehow they're hailed as great defenders of freedom. So the Cold War elevates freedom to an even more central role than it had, but it also makes the United States the ally in many parts of the world with governments that suppress the freedom of their own people. And that contradiction will eventually blow up in the 1960s.